Okay, so I have gotten quite a few people reaching out to me asking about what I'm eating and drinking and how I'm detoxing all of that since I went on a huge anti-inflammatory lifestyle change with my food, with the things that I drink, and then also with just the detox regimen that I'm on. I will say that what I do in my daily practices are quite intense compared to just like the average person. If you're somebody who just kind of eats sporadically, whatever you can eat at the time, or if you don't plan your meals at all, or if you don't have any type of daily routine, rituals, my lifestyle can be quite overwhelming for you. But I'm here to say that everything that I do, I implemented slowly. And I also, now that I'm like where I'm at now, I have so much time to do it. It's really interesting that when you start removing some things from your life that aren't productive and replacing them with other things, it's magical about how many things you can get accomplished. So I'm not going to dive into my entire protocol because that would be a lot to overwhelm you with, but I am going to start with just the foods that I'm eating, just some examples since I had some people reach out. So let's get started. So one of the main things that I would say that I do pretty much as a ritual is I juice. I have like about 1 liter of juice every single day. So I do my juices in mason jars. So what I typically do is maybe on a Sunday, I will, or whatever day I have about an hour, I will basically juice a whole bunch of fruits, and I will make enough for 4 to 5 days so that I'm not having to juice every single day, because juicing does take a long time. And it also, it takes a long time to like chop up all the fruit and then to do the juice. That's like the fastest. And then to clean it all up. So what I do is I juice just pretty much once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on how long I can go. And I know a lot of people say like, you need to do this, you need to do that. For as far as like, if you have this issue or that issue, they say that like you need to have different vegetables that you eat and consume. But I'm of the mindset that as long as you are hydrating your body with juice, which is nutrients, and your hydration, as long as you're juicing of some sort, I really don't think it matters if you have like a cup of cilantro or if you have 5 pineapples. I'm really not into the complexity that a lot of people make our health. It really does not boil down to just like exact measurements of certain things, because let's be honest, back in the day when we were just kind of living off the land as human beings, we were not that crazy about trying to figure out if you had 5 grams of vitamin C or whatever. We were not that crazy about that. So I've just learned that I eat the right foods, which are anti-inflammatory foods that are easy to digest, that clean my body and are hydrating to my body. And that's really all that matters. I don't worry about if I have consumed the right amount. I don't worry about making sure that I'm getting, I don't know, like whatever it is that they say that you need to get. Because at the end of the day, as long as we're eating stuff that is right for our body and easy for us to digest, that's really all that matters. So my favorite juice that I think is easiest to make, it tastes good, and it's cost effective, because that's something a lot of people complain about with juicing, is that it's really expensive. And it is pretty expensive. Well, no, I'm not even gonna say that. It's not that it's expensive, it's just you see all the fruit that it takes to make juice, and you're like, oh my goodness, that's a lot. And the thing is it's really not. I feel as if I were to make my juices at home, it probably cost me maybe, I don't know, maybe like $2 compared to what if you were to get if you were to get cold pressed juices at, say, somewhere like Nectar or any of these, like Buddha Juice, like any of these companies that do the juicing for you, that they have like storefronts or that you can order. Not only do a lot of those places have like sugar in their juices to make them taste good, and I'm not saying those specific places, but a lot of companies that do juice cleanse and juice fast for you, a lot of them add sugar, which is why their juices taste really, really good. Or not really good. I think my juices taste the best out of anything that I've had. I can definitely, if I drink some juice, that says that it's all natural, it's fresh juice, I can always tell if there's like stuff in it. But, so not to say that juice tastes good for people that don't know what natural tastes like. So basically what I was getting at is that juicing is not expensive. It looks like it takes a lot of juice or a lot of fruit in order to make a small amount of juice. And it's really not, if you just think about it, because to me, if I spend like $100 or $80 or $70 a week buying my fruits and vegetables, and I make enough juice to last me every single day, and then I have enough fruit and veggies for my meals throughout the day, it's really, I mean, I'm basically spending the same amount of money, if not less, on my fruits and vegetables that are good for me, that make me feel amazing, that make me have so much energy, make my mood, anxiety completely not even there. It's just, you can't even compare dollars to about how you feel. So to me, juicing is really not expensive. It takes a bit. It takes some time, and it also, it just looks like it takes a lot of fruit, and it does, but it's worth it. So I'm going to basically, what I'm doing now is I'm cutting up oranges, and then I'm going to do pineapples, and then I'm going to do carrots. I don't have ginger today, but usually with this mix, I will do ginger as well, because I like my juices with a little bit of spice. And I do think ginger, not that I think, I know ginger is good for you. But mostly I don't do it because it's good for you. I just do it because I like the taste. So right now I'm cutting up my oranges and pineapples, and my carrots are already good to go. So that's what I'm gonna do now. And then once I do all of my juices, I typically prepare a really large salad with a whole bunch of amazing, colorful, organic vegetables. So I'll have a salad that I'm going to eat in the afternoons, and then fruit. I do a lot of different things with my fruit bowls in the mornings. The fruit bowls I can get really creative with. Either I'll do like a smoothie bowl, and I'll make a really thick smoothie in the blender, and then I'll put a whole bunch of fresh fruit on it with different toppings. Either I'll do that, which has been proven to be like my go-to lately, or what I was in the habit of doing, which I've made videos about this before, is I would make coconut yogurt, and I would make basically a whole bunch of fresh fruit and do coconut yogurt, and that was freaking amazing. So I'm just talking to you guys as I cut all of my stuff. So right now, since I am getting back into my detox protocol, which incorporates the juices that I'm doing, the food that I'm eating, and then also the herbs that I'll be taking, I'm getting into that protocol. So while I'm in my detox journey, I actually eat 2 meals a day and I intermittent fast for the rest. So I will eat around 10 a.m. and then I will eat again around maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4. And I just have 2 meals. One is going to be my amazing fruit bowls, either with coconut yogurt or with like a smoothie. And then the other meal will be an amazing, I just sprayed orange juice all over me. The other meal will be a beautiful salad. So the reason why I do that during my detox is because fruit is extremely nourishing for our bodies. It helps our bodies astringe and clean our bodies, which is why it's good for detoxing. So if you're going into a detox, you definitely need to, if you're not going to go all fruit, you need to jump in on the fruits as much as possible. So, and also with detoxing, if your goal is to get your body as clean as possible, and also if you're trying to heal something, if you're having some sort of symptoms, which, let's be honest, pretty much all of us have some kind of symptom, whether it be insomnia, anxiety, bloatedness, maybe we have issues with digestion, maybe we have PMS issues, I don't know. Pretty much all of us have some kind of symptom that we're dealing with because of just the way that our food is, and just the way that we've been programmed that we think we need to eat. So if your goal is to try to heal yourself of something, you need to be eating raw food. And the reason why that is because we are living beings, living creatures, and we need to be eating living food. Once we cook our food, we're pulling out pretty much all of the nutrients, and yes, the vegetable is better than us eating processed food, but it's definitely not nourishing, astringing, and cleaning our body. So whenever you're trying to detox, you're trying to heal something, you definitely need to go all raw and go primarily fruits, and they are going to help you, and they're going to be your very best friend. So I am just getting prepared now to dive into my detox. I detoxed really heavily last year from December 1st until probably June of this year. I was on a complete raw lifestyle, and I was doing all of my herbs, and I was doing all my practices and all of that. And I saw the biggest changes in me, to the fact that not only do I look different, which I've had so many people tell me that I just look like a totally different person, but I felt like a totally different person. And the fact that I felt so different, it was really hard to go back to living a lifestyle that I had before, because once you feel as good as you feel, and once you realize that all of those symptoms that you thought were just like normal human experiences, like with PMS or with anxiety, or maybe like for instance, like I didn't have a headache for an entire year. I thought headaches were just normal. Like I always would get headaches, like here and there. Joint pains, I thought for a long time I was just getting old, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what it's like to get old. But when I started detoxing, I didn't have any headaches. I didn't have any stomach aches ever. I didn't wake up with joint pains. I was never tired throughout the day. It was just wild. And I just realize that all of these things that we think are just normal human experiences are absolutely, they're not. It's just the way that we eat. And yeah. So I'm just talking to you guys and rambling about my experience because this is how long it takes to cut up fruit. So I'm almost all the way through a package of oranges. What I typically do, for those of you guys that are interested, which you should be, in juicing, is I do oranges and pineapples, and a lot of times I'll do apples, but I couldn't get organic apples this time. But I do all of the juices, or I do all the fruit that have a lot of juice. And that's why this specific combination of oranges, carrots, and pineapples is really great because doesn't take as much fruit as some of the other recipes. So definitely, if you're gonna start juicing, go with the pineapples, apples, and oranges. And you can throw in carrots there too. Carrots don't have juice really, but it makes it taste good. Oh my gosh, this is the last orange. So, okay, so I just got done with like the oranges. Now I'm gonna go with my carrots. And please, 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 that if you're going to do juicing, you're gonna really try to detox and be healthy, please get organic fruits and vegetables, at least on the stuff that you need to get organic for. Those of you guys that aren't familiar with the clean and dirty list, you don't have to buy organic fruits and vegetables for every single thing, because some things like pineapples, they have a really thick skin. So some of the fruits and vegetables, it really doesn't matter if you get organic, because the pesticides, it's pretty hard for the pesticides to penetrate the actual fruit part, and pineapples are one of them. That's another reason why I do this actual recipe with the oranges and pineapples, is because the oranges and pineapples have really thick skin, so it really doesn't matter too much if you get organic for those fruits. But if you're not getting organic, just be aware that yes, it's better that you're eating fruits and vegetables rather than processed food and food that causes acid buildup and lymph buildup and mucus and fungus and all of that great stuff. Yes, it's better that you're eating fruits and vegetables for sure. But to me, it's like such a shame to see people who are eating fruits and vegetables, but they're not eating organic, because then all they're doing is consuming pesticides and fungicides, and they're just consuming a whole bunch of chemicals. So yes, you're not consuming mucus building food, and you're not getting like mucoid plaque buildup because you're eating fruits and vegetables. You're not eating all of that other gross stuff, but you are consuming a whole bunch of chemicals, and it's just like sad. It's not great. So, all right, that's one pineapple. I'm gonna do two. So yes, please make sure that you're getting organic fruits and vegetables for the stuff that you need to get organic for. Definitely look up the clean and the dirty list for fruits and vegetables to find out which ones you don't need to get organic for, so you can save money, because that's something else. But it's something else to consider, that because it's become trendy and popular to be healthy, which I'm so on board for, the companies know that, so they basically have just like, they've gone and ran with this whole organic, gluten-free, vegan movement, and a lot of stuff that you think, number one, a lot of stuff that you think is like, oh, this is gluten-free or this is vegan, a lot of that stuff, if it's not fruits and vegetables, is packed with chemicals. For instance, like those companies that do like the meat that is vegan meat, that stuff is so bad for you. It has a whole bunch of just gross chemical stuff to make it flavor like meat. So don't get fooled by all of the craze with people just trying to get you to spend money with their company because they think that they're jumping on the vegan, healthy, gluten-free train and they're trying to do marketing to you. Just be aware that there are some things that don't require you to buy organic, and pineapples and oranges are one of them. Apples, they have a thinner skin, so you do need to get organic for those. And honestly, I'm kind of just not 100% sure how I even feel about the clean and dirty list. My mom put me onto it because it somewhat makes sense to me. But the other part of me, it doesn't make sense, because to me, if you're growing a fruit and it is like, has a thick skin and you are not, and you're getting pesticides and fungicides sprayed on it and it's getting grown with that, to me, I just feel like even though it has thick skin, like it's still being grown in an environment with a whole bunch of chemicals. So I don't know. I just don't know if I really believe in this whole clean and dirty list, but for right now, it feels okay for me. So I'm running with it, but please, like, if you guys have your own thoughts, concerns, ideas about the clean versus dirty fruits and vegetables list, please let me know your thoughts, because I'm undecided. Wow, okay. This is everything I just, this is everything that I just cut up for my 4 liters of fruit juice, I bet. Let's juice now. Also, by the way, I wanted to note, I do snack during the day on organic grapes and clementine oranges. So not only do I have my 2 meals, but I also snack quite a bit. And juicing actually fills you up a lot because you're getting a ton of nutrients. So I wanted to fill that in because I have that on the counter. Okay, so now I'm about to start juicing. So I have this juicer called the Aeitto, I think. Oh, all this fruit. So I have this Aeitto. It's a slow masticating juicer. And I really like this juicer, so let's get started. So this part is just like the most satisfying because you've just worked so hard to get all of your fruits chopped up. So yeah, it's like my juicer has a mind of its own. I just got one done. Look at this, so good. Oh my gosh, it's been like 24 hours since I've had juice. And you can feel it when you're like really in, like when you're deep in to your detox and you're juicing a lot, you can tell when you haven't had juice because it's just like your body has been starved of those nutrients and nothing even quenches your thirst at all. So this is so amazing. I'm gonna keep going with my juicing and then I will pick back up to show you how much this all made. So if you can believe it, all that fruit, this is what it made. This was probably like 8 oranges and 2 pineapples and some carrots. So this is what I'll be drinking for the next 3 days. But I'll tell you, this stuff is amazing. Like I literally just feel so nourished. Wow. So I will be continuing to make content just about the different foods that I'm eating. There's a lot of really interesting raw recipes that you can make. So I actually bought a lot of food this week to start playing with different raw recipes because I'm just kind of like in the mood to experiment. So I'm going to be making, hopefully I don't have orange in my mouth. I'm going to be making just different videos about the foods that I'm eating and trying. And as I start my detox back, I'm waiting for my herbs to get here in the mail. Once I start getting my detox back, I'm going to be doing content about that too. So stay tuned, and I'm sure you're going to see me transform and change into a different looking person because when I detox, I just look so much more beautiful. So I'm really excited to get going and take you guys along the journey. So stay tuned to my channel. Have a great day.